It was announced this week that Club 18 to 30, which was seen as a rite of passage for many young people, myself included, has decided that Club 18 to 30 and the hedonistic holidays that it promoted are no longer wanted by today's millennial generation. Back in the summer of 2001, before 9/11 happened, before social media, before smartphones, even before this guy was president,
Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump!
Donald Trump.
Now, me and my best friend Simon headed off to Kavos on the Greek island of Corfu to basically do one thing, and that was meet girls. Now, given the reputation of these Club 18 to 30 holidays, and given the way I behaved in my late teens, early 20s, my mum, whilst never saying it, certainly implied from what she was telling me that I better be careful and warned me about not getting anyone pregnant and certainly not picking up any diseases. Although really, she should have warned me about something else. Now, a few weeks ago, Simon came down and brought with him, he'd found his copy of the Kavos video. My girlfriend, after this experience, I think made me bin it. So Simon found his in his loft. We didn't have a VHS tape, so we had to, my dad finally had one, we had to sort of kind of work it all together, get all the cables, which was a nightmare because modern TVs don't have spark plugs anymore, but we were able to sit and watch it and go through some interesting filmmaking back in the day. So here is Simon and myself at Manchester Airport just before we headed out and just before a terrible thing happened.
Manchester Airport, the flight is 2 hours delayed, so we're chilling. Again, when we're in Kavos, we'll add that we're still stuck here 2 hours later.
And that footage is quite poignant for me because it literally is the last footage we had of our lads' holiday, because not long afterwards, before we got on the plane, because the plane was slightly delayed, we sat down next to 4 girls from Bury, and Simon and I binned the hedonistic holiday for the factor that we fell for 2 girls at the airport departure gate. How sad. Well, when we got back from the holiday, I thought that would be it. I thought we'd maybe exchange some texts, sort of stay in touch a little bit from then on, but this was, of course, the days before social media. But Simon ended up going into a relationship with the girl he'd met on holiday, and, well, I just wondered why my mum never warned me about sitting next to pretty girls from Bury just before you get on a plane.
Come with work with me. Look, beer. During the day, that works. Some of us didn't get in until 6 AM yesterday morning.
So that's our Club 18 to 30 story. It will be a shame that future generations won't necessarily get that opportunity to be away from home, staying in cheap accommodation and having what goes on tour stays on tour to a certain extent, because these days we've got so much social media, we've got people want to look good on Instagram, and I'm sorry, you don't look good on Instagram when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're asleep in a gutter. Not that ever happened to us, of course, as I've said, everything was very, very different. But things change. I mean, Casey Neistat said the other day something quite remarkable, you know, I am of his generation as well. We are the last generation to have those formative years, those teenage years, those late teens, early 20s, without smartphones and without social media. And in some senses, I feel sorry for those of you that won't have that opportunity to have those days that can just kind of be contained within a very edited video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe. I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.